students, welcome to the session. This is Sweta, your English Master Teacher at Vedantu. Hope all of you are doing super amazing. And today we are going to deal with a very interesting and very important poem on killing a tree, which is definitely um, the continuation of your Sprint 9 2021 series. So I hope you have already watched the previous video lessons on this poem that we are going to deal with today, and you are absolutely prepared. So you will be giving your answers within the sprint time in the chat box. Okay, so let us begin, guys. Today we will be dealing with the 1 mark questions, 2 marks questions, 3 marks questions, and 5 marks questions. Now you are already aware of the schedule, guys. So I don't think I have to repeat it once again. This is the schedule for physics, chemistry, math, bio, and SST, continuing till 3rd Feb. And guys, please do support us. Do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share the video, and also comment on the homework question. So talking about the homework question, okay, first let me share with you a wonderful quote, a very relevant quote, pertinent to the chapter, pertinent to the poem that we are going to deal with today. You have no future without me, let me live. This is what? Of course, save trees, right? So this is talking about the importance of trees, how trees, plants are important for in our environment. Without them we have no future, right? So if we do not save trees, if we continue to destroy trees, then our future will also be at stake. That is exactly what the quote says, and that is exactly what we will be doing in the poem today. And before beginning with the poem, guys, I would like to suggest another poem to you, which I think you should all read. It is there in for the students of the ICSE, that is Heart of a Tree. Okay, so that is very similar to this poem. I mean, the theme is almost similar, that is the importance of trees. Here the poem is on killing of trees. That means the emphasis is on the destruction part and the after effect of that, right? But there it is talking about planting trees. So you can take, merge both poems, and you can definitely construct beautiful answers as well. So please have a cross reference to that poem as well. That will be very helpful for you guys. So this is the homework question for the previous session. Okay, so thank you so much for putting down your homework questions in the comment section, homework answers in the comment section. This is just a model answer, guys. I loved reading all your answers. And in case you haven't been able to answer the question or haven't been able to find the points to answering the question, then this is where you can, refer to. Having said this, guys, let us begin with the very first question. Read the extract and answer the questions that follow. Miniature boughs which if unchecked will expand again to form a size. This is the stanza taken from this poem. Now the first question which is from this stanza is, what is a bough? Bough refers to the roots of the tree, leaves of the tree, branches of the tree, or birds living on the tree. So this is the first question itself is a vocabulary based question. So you need to know each and every word from this poem, because any word can be asked for your vocabulary section. The answer is, of course, branches. So the meaning of the word bough is branches. Okay, so next question is, what will expand again? The unchecked twigs will grow and expand to its original size. The tree will expand if we give it water and fertilizer. The tree grows, the number of birds, as the tree grows, the number of birds on that tree will expand again, or none of the above. What do you think? What is the correct answer? Please tell me in the chat box. You have only 2 minutes. Okay. Yes, the unchecked twigs will grow and expand into its original size. Exactly. That is the correct answer. And the last question from this topic is again a vocabulary based question. So today we have a bonus vocab question, right? So yes, the emphasis is on your vocabulary part, guys. So please try to enhance your vocabulary, learning words. Don't leave any word, especially from the portion that you have in your text, right? That you have in your syllabus. At least try to cover those. Okay. So, what is the word in the passage which means very small of his kind? Expand, miniature, former, or size? Very, very, very simple. Very simple question. The answer is definitely miniature. So, how many of you have got all the three correct? Give me a quick high five. That means you have got complete marks in the MCQ question. And that is what your target should be. Gaining complete. So this is, this is the changed pattern where you have emphasis on the objective part more this time. Okay, this time the pattern has changed. So you can score very well. You have to just make sure that, you know your chapters well and you can score super amazing. With that, guys, we will be going to the next question. How will the bleeding bark heal? Okay, so first of all, there is a poetic device here, bleeding bark. You all know it is alliteration, right? When the consonant sound is repeated in the initial stanza. Initial syllable. You must be knowing. Next, so what is the answer to this question? Despite the pain and injury, despite the pain and injury inflicted on the tree, it will bleed for a while and heal in the normal course. It is protected by Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Mother Earth, okay, the soil, okay, who will ensure that the healing takes place. So that is how the bleeding bark is going to heal, right? So let's move to the next question. How does a tree stop growing completely? Very, very, very important question. These are 2-mark question, guys. You can score complete 2 out of 2. Text-based questions, very simple questions, scoring questions. So the poet says that if the root is left underground, in all probability, fresh shoots will sprout and gradually the tree will grow back to its original size. If a regrowth has to be curtailed is stopped, okay, it has to be uprooted and destroyed completely. Okay? So that is how a tree can stop growing completely. How? Only and only if it is uprooted, that is destroyed from the roots. So roots are the most sensitive part, right? And the soil, what do? They bind the roots. So if you are destroying this part, if you are detaching the soil from the roots, then you are destroying the tree. Only then you can destroy the tree completely, right? So that is the answer. With that, guys, we will move to the next part, that is the 3 marks questions. How does the sun and the air contribute in the killing of a tree? Okay, very, very simple question and very important at the same time. Okay, this question is very important. The sun and the air harden and wither the exposed roots of the tree and kill it. Okay, so when you have already detached the root from the soil, what happens is you keep it under the sun and the air. So the sun and the air, otherwise they are very, they are the essential elements. They can never kill a tree. They help the tree to grow and nourish. But ironically, what happens is they are also the um, contributors in killing of a tree, in destroying a tree. How? Only when you have uprooted the tree and then exposed it under the sun and the air, it will dry, it will harden, it will wither away, right? Left to themselves, they will never kill a tree. So if they are not uprooted, these two elements, sun and the air, they contribute in nourishment of the plant. But if the if the roots are exposed and kept in the sun and the air, it will wither away and die. So that is how it is contributing in the process of killing of a tree. And this is the irony here. You can also mention this. Irony, what is irony? The trees, what is the irony here? Because otherwise the sun and the air, they are the elements needed for the nourishment. But if you are detaching the root from the, soil and then exposing it, then what is happening is it is taking part in the process of killing. Next question is contrast bleeding bark with green twigs. What is the poet trying to explain? Okay, bleeding bark and green twigs, you can very clearly see the contrast. Okay, so what is it? The bleeding bark and the red color of the blood refers to the stopping of growth or starting of the end, that is death. So bleeding bark is definitely referring to end, okay, death. Contrarily, the green twigs speak about fresh growth, rejuvenation, beginning of a new life. He has contrasted the harbinger of death with that of life. Harbinger is one which signals death, okay, with that of life. So very, very clearly it is, there is a clear contrast. Okay, so that is exactly what is the answer. So having said that, guys, I hope you have understood till here and you are enjoying the session. If you want to join us further and gain 100% knowledge and 100% marks, what you need to do is just join the link below in the description box. You can avail unlimited live classes with fun and high level quizzes. You can compete with the students throughout the world, have interactive replays with live quizzes and leaderboards. And you can also download the premium content with handwritten notes of the master teachers. And you can solve your doubts instantaneously in the class with the help of the class teachers who will be there in the class and catering to all your doubts that you can ever have, right? And after each and every session, you will have assignments and you can solve them and know whether you have understood the chapter that has been done in the class. After that, guys, we also provide you with quality tests. We also give you the performance report of those tests. So yes, your revision is complete and we made sure, we ensure that you have understood each and every point very well. You can assess yourselves with the help of the results that we provide you. Plus, you can avail 5,000 plus micro courses and free crash courses for competitive exams. That too in less price. So let us quickly check the price, guys. Just visit the link in the description box and pinned comment. Use the coupon code SWRPRO. And this is the price, guys, after using the discount coupon. 11 rupees per class for a month until March 2021. It's 12 rupees. This is definitely very, very, very reasonable, guys. So quickly visit the link and join the coupon code. Sorry, join the link and use the coupon code. With that, guys, we'll come to the last two 5 marks questions. Very, very important questions. Now, the first one of first 5 mark question is based on the complete poem. If you do this question, you are done with the entire poem, right? Because the question is actually covering the entire poem, embracing the entire poem. What has the poet tried to express in the poem on killing of a tree? So basically, you have to deal with the entire poem, right? So the poet Jeev Patel has presented a beautiful yet ironical poem on killing a tree. He starts with an ironical statement. It takes much time and strength to kill a tree. So if it takes so much strength and so much time to kill someone, why would we do that, right? So isn't that ironical? He explains the process of a tree's growth. It slowly grows, rises out of the earth by absorbing years of sunlight, air and water. And it is not easy to kill it with a single jab of knife, right? One may cut off the trunk of a tree, its branches, but the root continues to keep that tree alive. It grows again. The tree is so deep rooted, okay, that it regrows. It gives rise to tiny twigs and miniature. Miniature is tiny boughs, branches. Okay. The poet very skillfully describes the process of killing a tree. Why is he describing this process and why is it called killing a tree? Because that is emphasizing on the cruelty and it is equating with killing a human being, right? So that is why he has used the word killing. Okay. If total demolition is not done, green twigs are sure to emerge from the bleeding bark. Again, violent images are used, bleeding bark, then the way it is uprooted violently. So these brutal images are used to emphasize on the fact that killing or destroying a tree is a very violent and brutal act, equating it with killing of a human being, right? And then the source of the tree is its root, the most sensitive part of the tree. The secret of its strength is hidden deep inside the earth. So it is kind of violating. If you are taking out, you are taking out the root You are detaching it from Mother Earth, which is binding the roots very, very, very tightly, right? So it has to be uprooted. If you want to kill it, you have to uproot it. It has to be scorched and choked in the sun. So that is how the sun and the air is finally, it's exposed to air, and then it will become dry and become brown. It stops breathing. It becomes hardened, twisted, and brown, and finally it dies, right? So yes, it is a very prolonged process, a very violent process. Nonetheless, human beings do that, right? So it is equal to killing a human being. So that is how, so he is trying to make us aware of the cruelty that we are doing to a tree, and also emphasizing on the point that trees also do have a life, right? Next and the last question, guys, describe the pulling out of the roots and the various processes of withering and dying of a tree after it. Let us have a look. What can we do? What can we write here? The roots are the most sensitive part, as I told you. They remain hidden inside the earth for years. Okay. First, the root has to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. Anchoring is giving the protection. Okay. It is roped and tied. It is roped, tied, and pulled out entirely. The strength of the tree is totally exposed. Then starts the process of scorching and choking. The rootless tree is scorched in the sunlight. It is choked as it doesn't get necessary oxygen for its survival from the air. Then the color fades and hardens. It loses its proper shape. It twists and withers. Finally, it dies. Right? So with that, guys, we have come to the conclusion of today's session. So we have done the 1 mark question, 2 marks question, 3 marks, and the 5 marks questions. And that leads to the completion of this session, and I hope you are completely prepared. Let us see how much you have prepared. So this is the homework answer that you have to write in the comment section. Okay, so next session is going to be on the bond of love. So make sure you don't miss it. Please visit the link in the description box and use the coupon code SWRPRO in order to join our platform and be a part of our Vedantu family. Give us the opportunity to provide you with the best, guys. So, bye. Do hit the like button. Do share the video amongst your friends and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye. See you again in the next session.